Welcome to another newsletter. Unfortunately, this one is like 2 weeks behind, so we've actually passed the halfway point, but that is okay. We all know when the deadline is, so it is quickly approaching upon us. So why don't we just go ahead and dive in and check out what they had to say. Hi Legends, we're reaching the halfway point during the initial submission period. The official halfway mark is April 13th, 2025. So that means that submissions are going to close 34 days from now. Oh, that's so terrifying, to be honest. If you're preparing to submit, you can follow these helpful steps. Number 6, how to submit your series. We know you probably, which we covered, so if you need to reference that, then go ahead and check it out. We know you're probably hard at work on your submission. If you want to spend time working with other creators, check out these recorded live drawing sessions from past Canvas Creator Summits. And they're plugging their stuff again. So what could we expect more from Webtoons? During these events, creators have shared their process, tips, and helpful hints with us. They might be fun to watch as you work on your own comic for the contest. So they have the creator of City of Blank, they have Graveweaver, they have, what is that, Soper Salad? I don't know what series that is. Looks like they've made a number of series. The creator of The Little Trash Mermaid. So there's a lot of videos that you can check out that would be probably super fun to watch, to listen, to hear another creator's perspective on. And all of these creators are, successful, relatively successful, however you want to take it. Cod has given me the official date. He said that actually the contest is going to end in 24 days. So if you're watching this, just know that that's how far behind I am. 10 days. Creating a comic is a journey. You're spending a lot of time with your characters and your world as you create episodes. So this week, let's take a break from questions and tips to celebrate your progress so far. And I will say, I actually do kind of like the fact of celebrating progress. Like, I don't think anyone who hasn't worked on a comic before, like, really realizes how much work it is. It's so much freaking work. Like, do not underestimate the amount of work that you have to do for a comic. Like, it is a lot of fun, and it is can be very rewarding each phase as you're working on it. But I'm just saying, it can also be complete chaos where you feel like you're losing your mind. So just be aware of all of those things. Which I would love to hear from you guys in chat. Like, how is your work going? Like, are you guys making good progress? Do you think you're going to make the deadline date? Like, it's getting close. It's getting really close. Hello, first time chatter. So glad you could be here. Oh, Say said that they're going to upload probably on the 12th. Say, I'm right there with you. I think I'm going to upload on the 14th. Like, I might have to take a few days off so that I can get everything done, to be honest. All right, let's recap your achievements. Even if you haven't submitted your entry yet, don't worry, you still have time. You have likely planned your first 3 to 6 episodes, depending on the requirements of your contest. Now, if you're like me, I don't think I'm going to move on past the first round, so I've only planned the first 3 episodes and I'm done. Like, I didn't have any other thoughts beyond that. Reminder, each contest category has a specific number of required episodes with required panel counts in order for your submission to qualify. Remember to double check your entry before submitting. Guys, please let someone double check your entry for you as well. Like I know you're worried about spoilers or whatever you're worried about, but do not care about that. Get somebody to check it, to look for spelling errors, to look for things that look weird. Like, do what you can. I mean, if you're flying close to the sun like me, who's planning on finishing probably actually on the 15th, if I'm being honest with myself, then there's really no time for anyone to check episodes. Like, I mean, people can check it as I finish them, but there's also like, bruh, I'm just trying to make it to the deadline. I'm trying to cross the finish line. So I'm just saying. Lynn said, drawing at the speed of light here and losing my mind on the way. Dude, we are in the same ship. Like if we're not in the same ship, our ships are right next to each other and they're probably gonna implode at the same time. Yes. I completely agree, Nan. We got this 100%, like 1000%. We got this. Okay, so we're gonna go over this because it's here, but most epic, most feels, most gripping. So this is gonna be for action, fantasy, romance, drama, horror, thriller, mystery, supernatural. There is a minimum of 3 episodes. Three episodes must have 40 panels. Okay, guys, like, I don't know why we make this so complicated. Like, I don't know why we're questioning like what an episode is, but 3 episodes, 40 panels. Don't get confused. Do not get it twisted. You must have that. You must have it. With a 40 minimum of panels. 40. So that is a total of 120 panels. 120. Do not have less than 120 panels. Like, I don't care. Just like clone stamp a panel and put it in there if you're short on panels. Like, it's not gonna hurt it. I promise. Like, will it be weird to have like a random panel in there and everybody's like, what the heck? But if you reach that panel count and you move on to the next round, you will be grateful that you were not disqualified because of that. Because I promise you, I 1000% think that people are going to be counting people's panels. I'm going to be counting them because I want the stats. I want to know if Webtoons was being diligent. I want to know if this contest is actually being fair or if it's biased, like I think it's going to be. Because, I mean, it's from a publisher. A publisher is going to pick what benefits them the most. Like, who's going to check them? Like, it's a panel that they made. So I'm just saying, like, honestly, think about this. Like, do not disqualify yourself from something because of a technicality. Okay, we got this. Octo, what is up? Hi, Prince Boring. Hello. Hi, Vero. All right, so then for most laughs, 6 episodes minimum with a 15 minimum panel count. That is 90 panels. Okay, that's what you need. Do not cut. Do not like, and I do not think, this is my own opinion, I feel like Webtoons is not going to count like your logo as a panel. They're not going to count probably like end credits as a panel. I mean, technically, would it count? Sure. But I feel like that's one of the things where all of us could possibly logically conclude that those are not going to count as panels. I could be wrong, personal opinion. I'm going to keep moving. So if you have questions, again, Webtoons keeps referring to this. They have the official rules and they have the FAQ. Check out both of those, okay? Please check those both out. Like, they are there to help you win the contest if you're trying to win. So if you've already published your first 3 episodes, you can now join the Canvas Creator Discord. Okay, listen. That was one of my goals last year. I wanted to join the Canvas Discord so I could get all the tea. Like, I just want to lurk in there so I can get tea. That's it. Maybe message a few creators and be like, hey, I'm in the Canvas Discord and so are you. Let's be friends. But other than that, like, I'm just here to find out what Webtoons is planning behind this thing. I seriously doubt, I bet, like, when I applied, they're gonna be like, you're denied. We know why you're here. You cannot enter, sir. Webtoon Canvas isn't just a platform for readers, it's a community of creators like you. This Discord is a great space to connect with fellow storytellers. I will also plug our Discord, so the Discord group that I am in, there are a lot of cool people in that Discord. So if you're interested, you can message me. You can hit me on Instagram, Twitter, all of the other socials, and I will be happy to send you a link. You can also reach out to some of the owners of that Discord. Like, I'm sure they would also be happy to send you an invite. Just don't be weird. Like, can we not have weirdos? I'm just saying. So members can find channels, events, and activities hosted by Canvas creators for Canvas creators. That just like threw me off saying that. Like, that was such like a mind blow. I'm like, wait, what? Did I misread that? Yes. So click here to join the Webtoon Canvas Discord. Not yet, my precious. I'm coming for you though. Very soon I will be joining this Discord if they allow it. Regardless if you finish your entire submission yet, planning these initial episodes is a major achievement. Whoop whoop, for real. To be honest, like, it totally is. Like, I went through so many drafts of my like initial story for this contest. That's why it slowed me down. Like, I was supposed to be working on this thing back in January, and I ended up starting like the actual drawing phase in March because like I just had to keep refining the script. The first few episodes are important not only for the contest, but also for reader engagement. At Webtoon, these episodes are called the launch hook. So the first 3 episodes, the launch hook, okay? Okay, so by planning these first few episodes, you've accomplished a major step for your story. For tips on the launch hook, check out our past newsletter, which we covered. We read it together, so we know what it's all about. So number 2, planning a series hook. You may have done a lot more than just plan the launch hook. Depending on your contest category and series genre, you've probably made a lot of progress for your story. When we asked Webtoon original creators what they wish new creators knew about creating comics, the most common answer we received is, you should love your story more than anyone else. I will agree with that with an asterisk, because sometimes I feel like you can love a story to an extent. Like, you can enjoy a story just because it's a fun story, but that doesn't mean like it's your end all be all of stories. And what I mean by that is like, there, like, for instance, take Instant Miso, for example. I'm sure she has enjoyed creating all of her stories, but she is a storyteller, so she is constantly pumping out new stories. So, like, she had Tangents Me, then she had Siren's Lament, then she had Eternal Nocturnal, and now she has a new series coming out. So that's like basically 4 series that she's worked on within the past 10 years. And I mean, I feel like it's really important to love the story you're creating, but also to understand that at a certain point, you're going to move on from that story to another story. So yes, love the story that you're making, but also I feel like there are fans that love a lot of material more than the author actually does. So I don't know. That's subjective. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. If y'all think that that's the most important thing that creators should know. I wish it was a more helpful tip from originals. I mean, I get the sentiment, but also I feel like, I don't know how, like, I would like more context as to why the person said that. So let's reflect on how you might be connecting with your story and characters and your accomplishments to reach this point. You may have created a new world. Yup, check. Some stories involve a lot of world building. Sometimes people are just overly complicated. Like, I don't understand people who make tax laws when their story has nothing to do with taxes, but hey, if you like it, I love it, said someone who doesn't understand it. It can be important for readers to understand the context of the world, social structures, or power structures your characters are taking part in. That means you may have done a lot of research, concepting, and planning to create your world. If you're still working on your entry and want to help with world building, check out some of our previous tips on mood and reference boards, which we also covered. Like, Webtoons, if you're gonna plug it, I'm gonna plug mine. Oh my good grief. You might be loving your characters. If you're falling in love with your own characters, that's a great sign your audience will too. Sometimes I think sometimes it's a little shocking to creators, like what characters people end up falling in love with. I feel like the test of a really good character creator is someone who creates characters and instantly knows like this character is going to pop off in their audience. Like, I think that is the ultimate test of a really good creator, like 1000%. Stray Kids Are My Religion said, I didn't know you needed to post 3 episodes to join it. Yep, absolutely, you do. Like, that has been one of their like smallest requirements, I guess. You may be enjoying drawing them in different panels and sequences and seeing them come to life in your story. That means you're also creating great artwork of your characters that you may want to use for other purposes. Yes, please remember this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of crazy chaos that goes on with people who do not realize that they can reuse art. Sometimes I'm like, you can reuse it, like save it so that you can do it again later. Okay. Like 1000%. Like, remember this, you can make trailers from it. You can make Instagram posts. You can make, any sort of social media posts. Like, you can do so much with it. And sometimes, depending on how much work you put into the panel, you can make prints from it. Like, if you really put that amount of thought into it. For a refresher on tips to set up files to ensure your art is reusable, you can review this past newsletter. I don't even need to say it, do I? Like, we covered it, so you can listen to me rant about it right now. I'm gonna have to go back through this video and like add the note cards for all of this, because like there's so much that this video is kind of just recapping that we've already covered. You might be on the edge of your seat. If you're excited to share a major moment, reveal a new character, or show off a new power move to your readers, that's a great sign. I do really think that it is fun to have a lot of excitement for the story that you're working on, to really enjoy the concept. So I don't want anybody to be confused by my earlier statements. I just think it's good to keep a balance on the story, because sometimes you can be so invested in the story that it can be to your detriment sometimes. So it's good to understand that like you can move past whatever project you're on, but it is really good to have excitement, to have joy, to really be wanting to share everything with the world. Like that is good. Like I do think that I would not enjoy listening to someone who's very passive about their story describe their story to me. Because likely it's probably them just saying like two sentences like, oh, it's about like a boy and a girl and they get lost in the woods. Oh, cool. That's it? All right, moving on. So, like, I do think there needs to be a level of enthusiasm that's there for the story. Hi, Shisho Drama. Um, that sense of anticipation is important for storytelling. And if you're feeling that while planning your story, that means you're heading in the right direction. Tension and reward is a core concept for most stories on Webtoon. To review tips on this past newsletter, so you can check that out, number 9, tension and reward. And I will say, this is actually something that is a really good newsletter. Like the more I think on it and the more I reflect in the back of my mind that you want to feed your reader, like there's like a give and take for it. Like you're building things, you're rewarding them. Like it makes for an enjoyable reading experience instead of like having like constant tension where the reader is like on the edge of their seat the whole time. It can kind of make things go flat. Like you have to think about like being in certain circumstances, you do become desensitized to things. And so when someone's reading a story and it's like high tension the whole time, it can start to make the story feel flat and start to make certain stakes feel flat as well. So it's really, really important to balance that and understand like this tension reward concept. Your story may be coming to life. As you work on your episodes, you may be seeing your story coming together panel by panel. This can be extremely satisfying. Oh my God, it's so satisfying. I love being able to look at my episodes, like going to like the page manager and just seeing like that episode all there. I'm just like, yeah, I did that. Like, I love this. Like, it just makes me feel so good. Most of your panel layout is probably being planned during the storyboard stage, but your unique art style is adding the extra factor that will make your story even more exciting. I agree with this. Like, I will say that if you enjoy a particular art style like that manhwa art style, that's completely fine. But I do love to see a really unique art style. I love to see like really unique eyes, really unique ways that people draw hair. Like all of that is so much fun. Like, do not underestimate your own art style. Like you don't know. Like we really do not know sometimes what will per se always pop off in the mass market, because there's so many different things that it's like this does not fit the mold and it is super popular. So for example, Lore Olympus. I feel like Lore Olympus does not fit the manhwa mold and looks very different from a lot of stories that are very popular on Webtoons. And it has massive success. So this is a huge example, I think, of a creator who had full confidence in their art style, moved forward with it, and was rewarded for it. So just do your best to balance like that delusion. Most of your panel layout is probably being planned. Oh, did we just read that? Yep. So for tips on paneling, here are 2 of our past newsletters. We covered those as well, 7 and 8, storyboarding and reader immersion. Upcoming contest newsletter is going to be Efficiently Made Easy Part 2. So I guess this is Part 1. We've listed a few of our past newsletters above, but if you'd like to check out more resources before next week's newsletter, we recommend exploring some of the fun resources from Webtoon Academy. Click here to explore Webtoon Academy. So let's click here. Let's see what it's about. Okay, so they have these videos here, which I think would be really cool for us to review. And these are public videos. I don't know if there's any benefit to like us watching it together. I do think it could be really fun, but I also think like I don't know how I feel about like critiquing the video of a person talking. Like normally I'm roasting the newsletter and it's kind of nice a little bit because like I don't know the person, but this would be like me specifically roasting like what a person's saying. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't know, but I do think I have watched all of these videos and they are to an extent relatively helpful. So, let's see what else they have. They have publishing on Canvas. They have creative wellness, so having a balance. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that because webtoons to me does not create like a good work-life balance for creators. Most creators are probably working like 70 hours a week, but hey, we move. Here are videos from the Canvas Creator Summit. I wonder if they're going to do one this year. I really want to try and cover it myself. The 2021 Creator Canvas Summit. So there's a lot of like really cool creators that year. I remember this one. And then they have downloadable resources. So like here's where you can get like a high quality Canvas logo. They have like a character design resource, like all of that fun stuff. Maybe I should start my own website and put something like this up there. Oh, look, like they have a making money tab. There's a making money tab, so which they've updated to include the super like stuff. So if you want to read more about like what Canvas is doing, they have tons of stuff on their own platform. Oh, there was something that I did want to highlight that they've added. So they have this resource. So if you're not getting the newsletters, because I know a lot of you are like, I don't ever get the newsletters. Webtoons and I have a love-hate relationship, so they know I'm going to cover it, so they send it to me. No. That's my own delusion. But they have this, and I can't remember what it's called. Is it Canvas Corner? I think it's Canvas Corner. Canvas Corner? I was thinking something was going to auto-populate, but nothing did. But they have this thing. Yeah. This Canvas Corner. And so they've started uploading past newsletters here. So you can come and look and see what they're talking about, which is a great resource to look at. And this is something on their website that is public and available. And so like, just if you look at it, like you can tell like this was all specifically related to the contest. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention just in case you did not know about this, you were not aware of this information. So I've got like a few minutes and then I'm going to jump off, but hello everyone who's joined that I was not paying attention to. What did you miss? So we just covered the newsletter from like 2 weeks ago. So we're running behind, but we're catching up this week. What is up, are you? It's been a minute. Lotus said they just posted some summit stuff like 3 days ago. They did. They've been actively working on trying to update some of that stuff, which I think is great. Like I wonder who is lighting a fire under them that is making them like update some of the Canvas related stuff. Like we really need a someone to be in like Canvas relations that speaks for like the Canvas community, that is like actively opposing webtoons, that works for webtoons. So not me. I'm talking about somebody there that is like, y'all, we are not doing this, and the creators on Canvas are upset about it. Because oftentimes I feel like Canvas can sometimes become the redheaded stepchild. And so it's one of those situations where it's like, unless we like all like yell from the rooftops about something, they are just not about that life. They're like, y'all are fine. I'm like, I don't think we are webtoons. They're like, you are. Okay. So does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to ask me before I jump off? Prince Boyne said, I love when artists are passionate about art and let that passion shine through unique and creative styles. Me too. Like, I just think it's so interesting sometimes because I love to see how something can break the mold for something. Because, like, there's a lot of things where people think, oh, because this is successful, then I need to draw this way. And I just wish that that wasn't always the case, because there is like a certain quality or a certain style to a lot of things. But I think like there's enough space in the world where we can all have like these different unique styles that aren't necessarily carbon copies of each other, and everyone can still be super successful. How is Queen's Games coming along for you? It's actually coming along really, really great. So if you don't know, I'm working with the colorists. They are amazing. Like, when I say amazing, they blow me away every time I get any sort of panels back from them. I got panels back today, and I was just like gobsmacked at how freaking amazing and beautiful it was. Like, they have gone beyond any of my expectations, and if I could hire them full time, like, that would be the dream. Like, I want so bad now to like make a comic with them. It is insane. Like, I feel like we could like do world domination, just the two of us, because like that's how good their coloring is. Like, I just cannot wait for you guys to see it so that you guys can also be like, oh my god, like, this is what the coloring is. And I'm like, yes, this is what the coloring is. Like, they deserve all the praise. Like, I want to start, like, I don't know, like, I need them to work on all of my projects. Like, I want to hire them and put them on retainer for like my entire existence of being an artist. Like, that's how good it is. Like, if it looks, so you know how you can imagine something in your brain and you're like, ooh, you know, I know what this looks like. Every time I get panels back from them, I'm like, this looks beyond what I thought it was going to look like. I thought it was just going to be like very simple. And they're like, no, take those expectations and throw them away. It makes me feel so weird because I feel like if I work with other artists, I'm going to be holding them to their standard, and it's just not going to be the right vibe. I just cannot wait for you guys to see it. It looks so good. I'm so excited about this. Any new genre stats? Milan, we do that on Monday. So they started, the contest started on Monday. So I've been doing like the stats every Monday. So that will be tomorrow. Like, I don't know. I really need to catch up on the past newsletter. So I might do the genre stats on Tuesday. It just depends. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you guys want? Would you all prefer for me? Let's do a poll. This is actually the perfect time for me to do a poll. So let's start a poll. What should tomorrow's video be about? Genre stats. Fridays. News. Letter. Okay, starting poll. Let me know what y'all think. This will help me decide what to do tomorrow. Dragon said, I'm watching from my big TV in front of me while drawing. It's so fun and convenient. Thank you for your helpful streams and advice. You're amazing, Pantheon. Thank you so much for the support. You have no idea how much it means to me. I will say, you guys really showed up and showed out for the live reading. I have been doing dramatic readings for a while. There's actually a playlist for it, and that has always been a video that does not get a lot of support, but it's something that I enjoy doing for fun. And I have to sometimes like be balanced about the decisions that I make and what I decide to cover for YouTube, because it does take me effort to do some of these streams. Some of them I just get on and yap, but some of like this one, like, it's literally me just reading an email. Other ones I have to prepare slides, I have to think about, I have to critique. And so anyway, my point is like sometimes like it involves a lot of work on my part, and so I have to like be strategic about what I plan to do. So it makes me feel good to see that videos like that, it encourages me to do more of them, because that's what you guys want to see. So I am planning to do another dramatic reading much sooner than I thought it was going to be, and it might actually be with another creator. That's all I'm going to say for now. It's coming though. It's coming. Luna Moondrop says, my fave thing is seeing so many of my fave creators I admire entering the contest, like people I followed for so long. Yeah. I will say that I think that is the approach that everyone needs to take when entering the contest, and you see like your favorite creator or a big creator enter. Like, nobody knows what Webtoons is going to pick to be the winners or to be the ones who go on to the next round. And so there's no need for any sort of like animosity or any sort of like belligerence or rage or anger or sadness towards like another creator entering, because everybody has to start somewhere. And whether or not someone has a big following or a small following, you can feel validated in the fact that you've created a story. And Webtoons picks up stories all the time. Some go on to be mega successes. Some go on to just, be average stories on the platform. So do not underestimate what Webtoon wants, and just support other creators. Like there's no reason to rate bomb anyone. There's no reason to be upset with anyone. Just support. Leave them a like, leave them a comment, and tell them how awesome they are. Shell, what is up? The colors definitely cooked. The colors is always cooking. Coloring is a fun test. I will agree. Luna Moon, we got this. The gaslighting is real tonight. Yes. Go ahead and pull up your Subaru. I will fill you all the way up. Dragon said, whichever video leaves you enough time to work on your comic. I actually feel like I'm going to start having... I'm just locking in right now. So there's no way right now, in my opinion, that I'm entering my delusional era. I'm finishing. Like, I don't care what happens. Like, if I have to enlist like 20 people to help me finish on the last day, I'm doing it, and we're finishing. Are you watching me 50-50? Listen, do not do 50-50. That will not help me. Hi, Jay. Hi. Jay said, oh, dramatic reading soon. Yep. Yes. So, that's what I was saying. Like the dramatic reading, it really, I'm shocked. I'm just shocked at how many people enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and they do take a lot of energy on my part. Like that's the worst part about those. Like they require so much like mental thought. You would think just sitting there reading and doing like commentary in different voices is not a lot of work. It is so much work. My poor throat. Miss Milan, multitasking king. Yes. We are on our multitasking era right now. Like doing YouTube and this contest was probably the dumbest idea ever, but I feel validated in the sense that I was able to like help people. I was able to be like a random like noise for people in the background to listen to while they're working. Like it's so funny to hear people be like, I'm working on my comic right now listening to you. Like I love it. Stray Kids are my religion. I just have to say the whole thing. I'm sorry. Last live reading stream was my first time watching it, and I loved it. Would love to see more in the future. It's definitely gonna happen. I promise. Luna said, my only problem is, what is a panel? Can I have a panel within a panel? Is that still a panel? What if I have a BG? Lord, I'm blanking on what BG is, and then panels upon it. That rule is not clear for folks who think outside the box. I agree with this because I really, like, for my first episode, I really wanted to do like a long one scroll sort of feeling for the first episode so that it feels like an endless amount of panels and so like there aren't like necessarily a lot of panel boxes, and so I'm just like rolling on a wing and a prayer here and being like, okay, Webtoons, I feel like I created enough information within the panels that it's like, okay, there's 16 characters here, like you have to split this up. Like obviously Webtoons, I'm going for something more artistic, like back me up, background. Okay, thank you. Or big guns. I like big guns better. Say said, I want to hear your personal opinions sometimes based on what you like. Like you love everything, but maybe it's just me. If you review my entry, I really wish you would be blunt. Okay, so during the dramatic readings, I'm not doing reviews. Like I'm just there to amp people up. Like that is completely different. So if I'm doing like a critique of your series, that would be a whole different vibe from like just having fun with the community and trying to amp people up and support each other. Like if you want a critique, the reason I haven't been doing critiques this during the contest is because they actually take a lot of time for me. So whenever I do critiques for people, especially if I do them live on Webtoons and whatnot, I try to think about like the potential of the story. I try to think about, what I would change, how I would change it. Like going forward, whenever I do critiques, I want to do more of, adding another perspective to the story that can enhance it, instead of just being like, you need to work on improving your characters, like you need to work on dialogue. Like I want to like get more specific, because I feel like that's probably one of the best ways to grow. So just a quick story here. I'm in a like Webtoon writing group, Webtoon support group, whatever you want to call it, with a few creators. Like it's really, really small. And we've been helping each other from like the very beginning. And there's a lot of things that I learned from being in this group that was so much more beneficial to me than just, you know, them telling me what was wrong. Like hearing their opinion, hearing their perspective on it, like helped me to formulate like my ideas and make it more clear. Like hearing them say like things didn't make sense or didn't add up, like all of that makes so much more sense. But that is like a completely different vibe from just being like, let's hang out and have fun. So say if you want something like that, I will be willing to do a critique video for you after the contest. So just remind me, let me know, DM me, message me. I don't know if we're friends on any socials, but hit me up and I will add it to my list. Like I have a list. Yes, winter, community over clout, 1000%. True god of destruction. People are rate bombing. I don't know. I really haven't heard a lot of people rate bombing this time. Like I've heard people think that there's rate bombing going on, but nothing to like really prove it just yet. Luna said in Canvas servers, there's nothing going on. Trust me. I need there to be something going on. Guys, we got to go in there and stir up the Canvas server. Like the Webtoon Canvas mods are going to be like, what the heck? What's going on? And I'm going to be like, yes, I am here. I have brought the chaos. Where's the chaos? Where's the tea? Like Webtoon mods who are here. We need to know what's going on at Webtoons. Like 1000%. Community over clout for sure. Hope someone from this community wins. Probably love stuck. Yeah, I mean, I hope that someone does win. I hope it's more than one person, just because I feel like there's so many different stories out there and there's a lot that have like a lot of potential. Like 1000%. I think that Webtoons is looking for potential, like a story's potential over just a good story. Because if you remember, they made a comment, and I can't remember where it is. I have to go back and read this, and it's probably in one of my videos, but they said that they really wanted new stories over like people just re-entering stories. And that just to me tells me that they want, they can see what's on Canvas already. So they'll probably move some Canvas stories along. Maybe they didn't notice it, whatever. But I really think that they want an idea that they can really push. Like they really want something to replace Lore Olympus, like 1000%. She's so drama. No, I totally get how exhausting that must be. You are literally voice acting an entire episode. Yes. But the voice acting is so fun. Okay, it looks like, according to y'all, I need to do the genre stats tomorrow. So I'm going to do that, and I'll do the next newsletter on Tuesday. Cooper said, win or lose, this contest is a fantastic opportunity for so many to put themselves out there, myself included. Don't get the wrong idea. I do want to win, but I'm enjoying working on my Webtoon. I will say, honestly, like working this with the deadline in mind it's been fun, but it also just cements to me even more. Like I just do not have time with my current like way my life goes to be able to work on a Webtoon full time. Like maybe it would be different if I was actually a full-time creator, but like with me having like a full-time job with YouTube, with all of these other things, I'm just like, would I even be able to work on a Webtoon myself full time? Like insanity. No way. Luna said, I agree with that in terms of drive. You have to be your biggest fan. You're the person ultimately who keeps this going. If you're done, it's done. Yep. I agree with that. I do. I just think like sometimes people invest so much in one story when it's time to move on. Like I see that time and time again where it's like you're 600 episodes in and like you're clamoring about certain things, like maybe not having a following, maybe not. So at that point, I'm like, are you making this story for you? Or are you making it for like building a following? Like ideally, and most people will be like, for both. And I'm just like, oh my God, pick one. Okay. Cooper said being a part of an amazing community, artist community. Agree. The original creator tips be so dry, no shade. I shade them all the time about this. Like, I wish they would go in depth. Like, these tips that they're giving right now they should have started this back in January, February at the earliest, and they should be like really deep into tips now, like some more nuanced things. Like maybe they could talk about like themes, like incorporating that, how important that is to your story. Maybe they could talk more about like, ways to make panels look more polished than they are, or make panels look like the Ordeal creator. Like, that dude goes so hard in his stuff. Like, I would love to hear more from him, like just some basic tips on like how to improve like special effects, or how, like, what to do. Like, maybe there could have been tips on onomatopoeia, like all of these like random nuance things. And I get it to an extent. It's kind of like, if we haven't covered some of the simple stuff, how could we start covering some of this more nuanced stuff? So they needed a building block, but that building block should have started in January. And that way we could be at this point, because I feel like onomatopoeia, I feel like special effects, I feel like all of that is like final touches type stuff. And that's what a lot of people could have been incorporating within these last few months. Hi, Lone Wolf. I'm glad you can make it. Miss Milan said, I only saw rate bombing on AI entries. Was it rate bombing then, though? I think it was just punishment. It was justice. Justice. Pollo said, this contest has been a wonderful opportunity to connect more with the community. It really has. So if you guys have not connected with Pollo, then reach out to Pollo to join our Discord. Like, you will love it. I promise. There's a lot of cool people in there. It's crazy seeing how much it's grown. All right, guys, so I don't think there's any more else for us to chat about tonight. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So if you enjoyed the video, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, blah, 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 like, have a good time. I will catch you all in the next video. Thanks so much for jumping on.